Thank you so much and good evening. I just first like to thank God for allowing me this platform as a college coach for over 20 years, the opportunity to be able to touch so many young women's lives in a positive way. Um, I'd like to thank Dave Gorin and the National Sports Media Association for recognizing me among so many other outstanding coaches. Um, I'd also just like to thank my family. My husband is here this evening, John Walker. He played at Virginia Union University against some of the Big House Gaines teams. And from what John tells me, if memory serves him correctly, they won every time. So I'm not certain about that. But he had a wonderful career at Virginia Union. But I'd just like to say, on behalf of Virginia Union University and my athletics department, my sports information director, Jim Juno, and everyone who has supported us, I just like to say thank you. I'd like to thank our local sports media for all that they've done. We had a great year taking a team that I inherited a year ago that was 9-18 and turning it into a record-setting 28-3 team this year. So I'm really honored for that. As all of you in the room know, the student athletes are the reason that we do what we do. And I just haven't been more proud of a group than I was of the group that I inherited. We started our season with 5 main goals in mind. And as a coach, there's so many things you want to accomplish. And this year, I think we got it right. You know, 22 years in the business, I take the job at Virginia Union University. I'm thinking, what have I gotten myself into? And the program was 9-18, but sure enough, the effort of my staff, my husband is one of my assistant coaches, so you can only imagine how that goes after a loss. Thank goodness we only had 3 losses this year. But I'd just like to thank him and my other assistant who couldn't be here this evening, Jasmine Young, for the outstanding job that they do behind the scenes, being the glue that makes it all stick. But we were 28-3, and when we set out the season, we had 5 main goals. We wanted to be a program that went that had 20 wins. We wanted or more. We wanted to win the North Division, the CIAA tournament, the Atlantic region, and of course the national championship in my first year. Those are my goals for a new team. So with 5 returning players and 10 new players, we accomplished all but one of those goals. So I'm so excited because the only thing we didn't do was win a national championship. Thank goodness that was just my first year and I left something else for us to accomplish and or achieve. But to reach all of those goals was amazing. And I know that all of you in the room probably watched or saw what Cleveland did last night to win a title for a city that had yearned for a title for over 50 years. And I grew up 30 miles southwest of Cleveland. And my husband grew up in Cleveland. So what an honor it was to watch what happened last night. It was historic, it was epic, and what we did at Virginia Union, it only pales in comparison to that. But we won a CIAA tournament for the first time in 34 years at our school for women's basketball, and we really ignited a campus, we excited a community, and it really brought back memories of what the experience was like when we came back from the Elite Eight in just our first season and saw the crowd that was waiting for us. You know, we lost a heartbreaking game in South Dakota in the Elite Eight, but to take a team from really the ground up to the Elite Eight in 1 year, it just brought back the glory days for the community and the alumni and the media. And I just want to say to the media in this room, I didn't know how large of an event this would be, but from the smallest media to the largest, I just thank you for what you do. You know, we're a Division II team, not Division I. I know a lot of the BCS level schools get a lot of the media coverage, but I just thank all media for what you do. There's someone's life that is touched by what you do. And the last thing that I will say is I was so honored to receive this award because I had an opportunity to meet Big House Gaines some years back at a convention that we were at, and I had a chance to shake his hand. And what an experience that was, just to talk to him. My husband used to talk about him, but I actually got to meet him at this convention. And as he walked by, it was so interesting because my husband touched his arm and said, "Coach." And he looked at my husband, and he immediately recognized him from the games that Winston-Salem played against Virginia Union. So my husband played for Catawba's own Dave Robbins, who had won a lot of games. And I just thought Dave Robbins was just the be-all, the end-all. And my husband said, you know, before there was a Dave Robbins, there was Big House Gaines. He was a pioneer that was blazing the trail for so many other coaches. And when you see Big House Gaines, yes, he was a large man in stature, but he was a man of presence. And it was an honor to be in his presence. Great coaches, individuals that win Coach of the Year, they have a presence about them. And listening to him talk to my husband with such enthusiasm, sharing memories of rival games that they had played against one another, you knew he was a man of just passion. He's so passionate about the game. And last but not least, when you look at his bio and resume, you knew he was a man of purpose. To have won over 800 games and to touch the lives of so many young men over all those years, I just hope that moving forward, as I try to define my legacy, that I can be a person with a great presence, that when people see me, they know I'm about something positive, working with young women. I hope that they can see the passion that I have for what I do, and I hope that they walk away thinking I'm a person of purpose. Thank you.